It's up the middle by St. Xavier, throwing it out left and well over the head of Rayvon Johnson. And he had a nice bubble screen set up for him on the left side, but Maffey just overshot him again. He has been long or high on nearly all of his passes. Same formation for St. Francis on second down, their own 28. Snap back to Eric. He's going to look to throw. Steps up in the pocket, wrapped down, gets rid of it. He does. It's complete behind the line of scrimmage, and a nice job by Trent Hudak to pick up a couple extra yards at the end of the play. It's going to be third down, and they put him out of bounds right at the original line there?
Yeah, he might have gained a yard, so it should be about 3rd and 9.
Third down and 9 for St. Francis. Unable to really move the chains here in the second half. They had one nice play. Pump fake, pressure, ball's on the ground, and there's St. Xavier to pick it up. Davon Jones there at the end of the play, and I believe to knock it away, Peyton Campbell, the junior defensive end.
He had no time, he had no chance in on him. And because of the moving parts in the offensive line, it's very hard to get continuity. And the Cougars are just doing whatever they want on the defensive line.
Well, I believe that is our 5th turnover, Coach.
I told you over-under was 5.
We had an over-under on 5 turnovers before the game. I believe we're at number 5 right there between the two teams. First down for the Cougars here. DQ Smith, interior run. Hit by one of the linebackers right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't go much of anywhere. 12:38, it's 12-9. St. Xavier with the lead as the snow falls here in a frigid Memorial Stadium in Joliet. Snap back to O'Sullivan, again to McShane. He breaks through to the outside, but a nice tackle. Guess who it was again, number 23, with perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle. Third down, though, and call it 3 here for St. Xavier. Looking left to throw, nothing there, nothing there. Here's O'Sullivan tucking it and going right up the middle, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. 19-yard quarterback scramble for John O'Sullivan. Touchdown, Cougars, 18-9 is the score with an extra point coming up.
Boy, and he showed a burst of speed we didn't think he had. Once he broke contain right there up the middle, he just shot up the gap.
Iturbe on for the extra point. Snap good, hold down, kick perfect as usual. 12:03 to go. It's now 19-9. Scoring started in the first quarter. Vance McShane, a 58-yard touchdown run with 9:26 left to go in that quarter. There was a failed point after attempt, made it 6-0. St. Francis answered with a punt return touchdown from Scotty Tumulity. I think I got it right there, Tumulity. That made it 6-6 after the failed extra point. At the end of the first quarter, Mike Iturbe nailed a 23-yard field goal, made it 9-6. Then in the second quarter, St. Francis the first to score, a Brian Madej 34-yard field goal. That tied the game at 9. And then the last 2 scores have been from the Cougars. Mike Iturbe hit a 25-yard field goal to make it 12-9. And then this latest 19-yard touchdown run from quarterback John O'Sullivan, with the extra point being good, made it 19-9. 10 points seems kind of like a lot right now.
It feels like a 5-0 ball game, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
If you're baseball terms, you're down 1-0, all of a sudden they hit a granny on you.
Iturbe's kick is underway. Scott Tumulity from the 18-yard line. He'll plant his foot at the 25, pick up another 6 or 7 to the 32.
There's no indecision in his game, whether he's playing defense, returning kicks. He puts his foot in the ground, he just goes. Sees ball, defends ball.
Just under 12 minutes to go in the game. Again, St. Francis chasing 10. Offense unable to put it in the end zone yet. Flag comes in. I believe that's going to be a delay of game penalty. Yes, it will. First down and 15. Two wide receivers left, one right. Getch is the tight end right. Maffey looking, checks it down. It's complete, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, if anything, for Rayvon Johnson.
This is
his
where
first catch of the game, pardon me.
This is where you miss somebody like Brandon Ruffin, where he can almost get you 20-yard gain when he wanted to.
Well, Rayvon's that guy. He's got the speed, the size, the athletic ability. Unfortunately, Maffey's just been a little inaccurate today. Second down and 13. Here's Eric looking. Middle of the field, and he forced it, nearly intercepted. Should have been intercepted by Ron Carroll. Ron Carroll was their leading interceptor of passes last year. He had 5 picks a year ago. Missed it on that one. Third down. Bray Barber in the left hip of Maffey. Pressure going to be coming from his right. Here's the blitz. Picked up. Maffey hit anyway. Here's the penalty flag, though. Is it going to be a hold?
That's usually in the area of holding.
Decline that penalty, bring up fourth down in about 20. Madej on to punt it away, and you got to think here, if St. Francis defense can't stop St. Xavier here, pretty much going to do it with what we've seen so far today. 11 minutes to go in the game, 19-9.
Good bounce.
Punt will skip across the ground and down at about the 26-yard line. That's where the Cougars will start. Shout out to whoever's idea it was from St. Xavier to bring the tent today. They erected the tent.
That's a good call.
Great call. Give that person a raise.
I wonder if there's food in there.
One way to find out, Coach. Let me know, huh? Take the sled down the steps here.
I could do that. Take
Just watch out for the fence.
Take Santa's sleigh over there. You know what I'm saying?
O'Sullivan still in at quarterback for the Cougars. McShane and Smith, the running backs. They go to DQ Smith this time, right behind Vance. Fighting for interior yards, and a nice job to pick up 5. We're under 11 minutes to go in the game, 19-9.
Now, if you're the Cougars, even though it's not their modus operandi, you'd be content with eating some clock here.
St. Francis 9-25 in season opening games. They lost the last 5. Second down and 5 for St. Xavier. Smith on the sweep, left.
No.
Didn't quite get there. He picked up about 3. Brings up third down for the Cougars. And again, like you mentioned, they are just content letting the clock tick. Game time temp was 13, maybe went up a degree or so, but then the clouds came and it feels much colder than that, and then the snow starts to fall. We are under a winter weather advisory here in Joliet. But they shoveled the field, they plowed it yesterday, and good to go. St. Francis is going to bring a few. There's the blitz. They hand it off right inside, and the only gain there was from the trip forward for Vance McShane. 19-9 the score, 9:22 to go in the game. 19-9, St. Xavier the lead. Fourth down, and the special team unit going to come on here for the Cougars.
I mean, you could change people, players, excuse me, if you're St. X, but their system still remains the same.
Yep.
Sometimes they have better quarterbacks or better cornerbacks or better running backs or receivers, but the system remains the same.
Scott Tumulity, I'm starting to get used to it now. Back at his own 35, the punt, short, shallow, but returnable from the 38. Here goes Scotty, little room left side, cuts it back up the numbers, and back of his head smacking against a St. Xavier player, and a little bit of melee here. Nothing looked too malicious to me here,
no.
But a penalty flag did come out.
I don't know if they're going to call him for a horse collar.
Another great return by Tumulity. He's been a revelation today, defensively and on special teams as the returner. You can hear some of the coaches from the St. Xavier sideline, I believe it was St. Xavier, but saying, don't be stupid. If you're St. Xavier, no reason to give St. Francis extra yards by something extracurricular. 8:35 to go. It's a 10-point game. St. X leads at 19-9.
Now, see, this shouldn't happen because all you had to do is ask the official who threw the flag, what did you have? What did you see? That's all the discussion that should be going on right now.
It didn't look like any kind of a targeting penalty. He just kind of got dragged down to the ground, but we'll see what they say. You never know. Personal foul. It's going to go against the Cougars.
He was ejected. Didn't he get?
Is that what that sign was?
He get the ejection.
Maybe
signal.
it was.
Yep,
oh, yeah,
yep.
yeah. There's the ejection. Yeah, you got it. Wow. Maybe it was some sort of targeting penalty that I didn't quite see.
Now, Coach Feminis from across the way wants an explanation.
Mm-hmm. I hope he's okay though, because Scotty Tumulity took a bit of a shot to the back of the head as he was being dragged down and spun around and kind of whipped his head backward into a St. Xavier player. He got up right away. He didn't show any signs of an injury, but just a pretty tough hit there. St. Xavier, a great opportunity here. With 8.5 minutes to go, plenty of time. Maffey down the middle of the field, looking to the back of the end zone, diving attempt there for Johnson. But even if he would have came up with it, I'm not sure he had enough room to stay in bounds. They're going for Rayvon. They are throwing him the football. They just can't put it anywhere that he can grab it.
They've targeted him 6 to 8 times today, just with no connections.
Did you catch who got removed from the game? I did
not see who they.
No, without the PA guy here, it's hard to tell, or the microphone on the referee. Maffey hands it off. Haley trying to break a tackle. He can't do it. He was wrapped up by Pat Olson, the junior defensive end, another Valparaiso High School kid. $8-12 and counting here for St. Francis offensively. It's 3rd down and 8. Inside the 20-yard line. High snap, Maffey's got it. Steps up, down the seam again. Oh, but it's a great play defensively by St. Xavier. Knocking it away, Jarvis Carter, the senior linebacker. He was an all-conference corner last year, and that's a touchdown-saving pass breakup.
And now we're going to
another
call
flag.
a late flag.
Oh, man. They're going to call roughing the passer. They're going to call roughing the passer. St. Francis is going to get a break here. It should be 4th down. So the player that got ejected was the punter, Kyle Hassert, for, I would assume, targeting. But the punter is the one who got ejected.
That might be the first time I've
Yes.
ever heard
What?
of a punter getting thrown out.
You don't see a lot of kickers going out there throwing hits unless you're Josh Holberry.
No,
He was fun to watch. on
He
special
was
teams.
fun to watch.
Turn and give. Haley looking for some space. Up toward the 5 on the 1st and goal carry. 2nd and goal, they're going to put it at the 6-yard line.
Because you figure what, punters get 3 to 5 plays a game, maybe? Maybe?
Second down and goal for the Saints. They need this one. 7:25 to go in the game. They're down 10, 19-9. Hudek in motion. Fake to him, give to Haley, but they sniffed that out from the very beginning. St. Xavier thinks there was a fumble there. They're calling for the football.
No, side judge is pointing to the ground.
Yep, side
Like he
judge.
had the ball on the ground.
Third down. This red zone offense has been stagnant so far for the Saints. They've gotten inside the red zone quite a few times, but haven't quite been able to put it on the board. And another flag comes in from the far side with 6:52 to go.
They're calling unsportsmanlike against St. Xavier.
The sideline? Some words perhaps being said that we cannot repeat? Either way, St. Francis getting every break in the world right now. And a new quarterback is into the game. They're going to go Wildcat here with McLaren, I believe. Nope, just putting him at the quarterback spot.
No, last time they did this in the first half, they went Wildcat.
See, yep. Motion from the tight end to the right. McLaren's going to keep it and go, looking for blockers, but St. Xavier's all over it. Not a chance. They go back to the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
The Cougars' defensive line have done a great job winning their one-on-one battles, defeating the guy across from them, and then making a play.
Can they do it? They're going to keep McLaren in there to run the football. Fake to Haley, but he's wrapped up, still on his feet, trying to push forward. Just no room inside. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 3 now for St. Francis. Frustratingly close. Maffey going to come back in after 2 failed attempts on the run plays by McLaren. They go back to try to throw it twice here.
Well, I see if you don't get it on this down, you got to kick the field goal because
You need it anyway, right?
You might not get the ball back.
Maffey puts a man in motion. Give it to him on the jet sweep. Turns it upfield. Not enough room again. St. Xavier standing tall with the Finn Brandon, the freshman out of Dixon, with the stop from his linebacker spot. And now you're right. They send out the field goal unit, Madej. Madej is 1 for 2 on field goals. This one in the air.
Yep.
To pull within 1 possession, and it is good. 19-12 with 5 minutes to go. We have a 7-point lead for St. Xavier. They will get the ball back, but this St. Francis defense has been playing with very high energy and been very efficient so far today. They need one more big stop if they want to knock off a team that they have just 1 win against in 21 tries.
It sounds like the Bears-Packers rivalry, doesn't it?
Hardly can call it a rivalry if you don't win the games, right? Historically, though, they're about 500, if I'm not mistaken. But lately, it's not even a
Not so
conversation to have.
Not so good.
How about that Cougar defense when it counts, huh? Wow.
Especially having to defend the two personal foul penalties.
Yeah, we gave them a fresh set of downs. Unbelievable effort by the Cougar defense inside that 5-yard line. The win again, blowing the ball off the tee. See if Madej wants some help or not. Orlando Garcia will hold it, the freshman out of East Aurora High School. Pere Barberin on the special teams unit, Rayvon Johnson. Kick angled left. It'll be Vance McShane from his 5-yard line, setting up the return. Cuts it between the hashes.
Ooh.
Taken down at the 25. Under 5 minutes to go in the half.
What do you think the odds that Mr. 23 is going to make a play here for us defensively?
He's the guy who's been doing it all game. Yeah, if St. Francis is going to make a play, it's going to be Chris Peters up front or it's going to be Scott Tumulty in the backfield. He's playing the safety spot right now. Here comes some pressure. Handoff to DQ Smith.
Nice play.
Stuck right at the point of attack by Chris Johnson, the linebacker for St. Francis. A yard there for St. Xavier.
Now we have 2 timeouts left. Don't really need to burn them right now.
4:42 and counting in the game. Again, a big shout out to the Joliet Park District staff who owns the stadium here, getting it ready to play yesterday. Not an easy task with a foot of snow on the ground. And to our camera operators here today as well. My goodness, standing out in this cold. Appreciate your effort. Second down. Here comes more pressure by St. Francis, bringing 3 extra guys.
Get a boy.
And down he goes. Rayvon Shoot with the tackle. Maybe another yard there. Third down coming up for St. Xavier.
Do you think when you
Timeout Cougars.
When you go to the Park District yesterday and you're sitting in there and you're waiting for your job assignment, and the guy says, see, I need 1, 2, 3 guys. You guys get to go plow the football field. The other guys, you're on the streets getting rid of this mess. You know, how many hands would raise for that one?
Well, guess what? It was Blaine Klein, the superintendent of the Park District, that was out here with the plow yesterday.
Oh, it's the boss.
The boss was out here doing the job.
The boss will say, I'll take the best truck with the best plow. I'll go do it.
It was an enclosed plow with heat.
You guys go. I got this. Not a problem.
Uh-huh. But, yeah, I mean, hey, they put in a lot of work in here, and the field was great at game time. Starting to get a little bit slippery now with it starting to be covered with a thin layer of snow. We'll see if it has any effect here, but it's 3rd down and 8 right now for the Cougars, and they're only up by 7. Throwing, long, deep. It is incomplete. Had a chance at that deep ball. That was Jacob Ludeman, the intended receiver, but he was matched the entire way by Ryu Strama, the senior corner from JCA.
He threw that ball 50 yards in the air on spot in this weather.
Well, here we go, Coach. St. Xavier going to punt it away. St. Francis trails by 7. They will have 4 minutes to work with. Tumulty back to return. He has a punt return for a touchdown under his belt already, and he'll have another chance at a return here. Sprinting left, cuts it back up midfield, and there goes Scotty to the outside, to the 30, 25-yard line. Another fantastic return by Scott Tumulty, the freshman. Doing it on defense and special teams all day long. First down for St. Francis. A chance to tie or win the game. with 3:49 to go, down 7.
Can't say you haven't got your money's worth today.
Yes, sir. Put him on offense. Would he not be a fantastic running back? He's got the size, the speed, the vision. Here we go. Empty backfield for Maffey. He's going to throw it down the middle of the field. It is caught, but popped and let go by Rayvon Johnson. Laying the wood on the play was Ron Carroll, the safety. Whew.
You run a crosser into a zone, you don't really see the guy who's going to hit you because you're thinking you got man coverage. As soon as you get the ball, you get popped.
Come on, Corin, the running back now with Maffey. Play action. He's got room to bootleg to the right. He uses it. Looking, nothing there. He's going to throw it away. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 at the 25.
Because of the pressure that the Cougar defensive line has been getting on a consistent basis, if you had a little screen pass, and I'm not talking the wide receiver screen, just a regular old screen pass, that might be something you want to think about.
Corin is the running back on the right hip of Maffey. Here comes pressure again. Throwing down the middle of the field into double coverage, and the receiver wasn't even looking, Rayvon Johnson, but there was a lot of contact down there. They're going to say no flag, no interference on that play. Brings up 4th down. Got to go. Kind of forced it to Rayvon there, and he's the one who had to go get the football from the snowdrift beyond the end zone. (19-12) the score. 3:33 to go in the game. It's 4th down for the Saints. Pressure coming. Snap back. Here comes the blitz. Down, and again, some miscommunication offensively. Maffey thought someone was going to the end zone, but it was all crossing routes, and that's going to be incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And St. Xavier is going to take the ball back, up 7 with 3.5 to go.
Well, that would be something that had to be addressed in this week's practice because, I don't know if he's seen something different. He's not getting the time, but he hasn't been close with a couple of his pass attempts today.
Saints with 1 timeout left. 3:38 on the clock. We're getting after him right here. Try to take that ball away. Here's McShane up to the 30. That's a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down. Let the clock roll for now.
And the Saints only have 1 timeout left.
St. Xavier going to take all the time they can. 15 seconds on the play clock. We'll take this down to about 2:45 if they use it all. Motion man, they go to McShane, inside run. Reaching out to the 35-yard line. He might have got the 1st down on the reach at the end of the play. Going to stop the clock for a measurement. Nope, timeout St. Francis. They took their timeout.
And that's their last one.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. If they can get a stop here and St. Xavier decides to punt it away, they might get the ball back with no timeouts, but we'll see. This St. Xavier defense, 9 of their 11 starters on defense back this year. They lost Josh Hediger, who was the Midwest League's conference first teamer at linebacker. Defense last year was the 4th best in the conference, but that that's by points. That includes a 51-0 loss to Morningside. Take that off the books because Morningside was the best team in the NAI by far, and it's not even close. You take that off the books, St. Xavier's defense was top 2 in the league. But that 51-0 rout by Morningside skewed the numbers just a bit. So, and they got most of their guys back, just like St. Francis does. I mean, the defenses today, both sides have been outstanding. The St. Xavier offense has been a little bit better as they whistle it dead for some reason. Was it a false start? McShane got the direct snap here, looking for just 1 yard.
And Coach Femis is beside himself across the way.
McShane kind of peeking in, taking a listen here to what the referees are discussing. Let's get the...
Not a flag, not a penalty. We'll redo it.
Thank you very much. Okay. And why is the official kind of doing the explanations and not the referee in the white hat? Defensive adjustments here for St. Francis here on 3rd down and 1, 2:35 to go. No more timeouts left. Direct snap to McShane. He'll pick up the first down for the Cougars, and that's going to do it. No more timeouts for St. Francis. What a ball game, though. I did not expect the quality, especially the passing game of St. Xavier. Didn't expect that. I expected St. Francis' defense to be good, but they've shown enough today to make me think they could be real good as the season goes on.
And the thing is, we talked about early, we talked about timing, we talked about special teams, and that's something as you get more reps, more practice, more games, that's going to become tighter and more together.
McShane going to remain in there. Just run the football out here for St. Xavier. He'll just run to the outside. Drop down. It'll be a loss of 2 technically. But this is going to take it down to just over a minute or so left to go in the game. About $1:13 or 1:13 to go in the game once the play clock ticks down.
But I don't think, regardless of the outcome, that you're unhappy. I think you're more happy that you actually got to play football. Mm-hmm. After all is said and done, I think that's the most important thing, that you actually got to play football.
Yep. This is a non-league game unless we can't play the last game of the season against St. Xavier. This won't go against St. Francis in the conference record, and we'll have another whistle here just to extend the time out in the cold. It's going to be a delay of game on St. Xavier. Just what everyone wanted, a delay of game with 1 minute to go in a game that's pretty much wrapped up with 13-degree weather. And I don't believe we're going to – are we going to try to talk to Coach? We're going to give it a try, see if he wants to come over? Please don't fall down those stairs, Jess.
Oh, that'd take me an hour and a half to get down here today.
There's Jessica down there trying to take the headset down to field level for Coach. God, we're all watching you. Don't slip now. There's the snap. And he'll pick up about 5 yards. 60 seconds to go. I'm not even sure Coach is interested in coming to talk to us. I know it's a loss here, and he's usually very generous with his time, but it's also very cold. We will keep our time with him brief. The clock ticked down, and St. Xavier is going to take a timeout with 25 seconds to go. Next game for St. Xavier next week at St. Ambrose, and then at Roosevelt, and then at Trinity International. Their first home game for St. Xavier comes halfway through the season. It'll be March 6th. Against the Lakers of Roosevelt.
Would they call that a homecoming game?
I'm not. Probably not.
I'm not sure. I mean, you're on the road for a month.
Yeah.
you know.
I guess you can call it a homecoming game, sure. I don't think there'll be homecoming festivities. I don't know, maybe things will change by March 6th. For St. Francis, another home game next week against Roosevelt, and then it's on the road for 3 straight weeks at St. Ambrose, Roosevelt, and Olivet, which is always a fun game. Victory formation for the Cougars here. One more snap will do it. Snap, there's the knee down by O'Sullivan. John O'Sullivan, the redshirt freshman quarterback. It's his first collegiate win. Congratulations to him. St. Xavier goes to 22-1 against the Saints, although a great fight put up here by the Saints. 19-12, they'll come up a touchdown shy against the Cougars. St. Francis loses their 6th home opener in a row. They go to 9-26 all time in season openers. But a pretty bright future ahead, especially for this defense. And I know for the offense, they got another quarterback waiting in the wings who I believe was supposed to be the opening day starter, but he had a bit of an injury. So Eric Maffey got the start today. A bit inaccurate, but hardly can blame him too much given the conditions we are seeing right now.
I was very impressed with the defense the whole day. I mean, they had a couple of goal line stands, did a nice job. I was very impressed with the energy that they've played with, considering the short practice time they've had and everything that they've had to deal with.
Let's see if Coach wants to slide on over here and give us a few words, but I'm probably going to address his team first. In the meantime, take a look at some of the final numbers here, Coach, and what pops out to you. It's kind of all about the St. Xavier offense. It's how much they were able to do, even though the St. Francis defense played stout. That offense was still able to put points on the board.
Well, their offense really did a nice job, but I'm looking at this, and in the ball game, the first ball game of the season, there was 153 total plays run by both teams. St. X ran 82 plays for 400 yards of total offense. The Saints 71 plays for 149 yards of offense. So if you do the quick math, that's about 2 yards a play.
Yep.
Obviously, that's not going to cut it. But I think you found some things in Keenan Haley. I think you did a nice job with him, found him out. Tumulty, I think you found a player.
Yep.
I think you hit the gold mine with him. I mean, he was all over the place. Obviously, the best player for St. Francis the whole ball game. But the thing, and I'm not saying that Saints are not well coached, but just the consistency, they don't make mistakes if you're the Cougars, and that's one of the best programs in the country. So to come out there and play that, and as I said to you before, I think more than anything, we're just happy to be playing football.
Yeah, right.
The result is okay, not
Given
the wins and losses you judge by, but just that the idea that you came out here and you played football in these weather conditions and against a rival, that speaks more than anything, I think.
19-12, our final score. Dave Laquette, our athletic director, going to do his best to try to pull Curry aside after he's done speaking with his team. We appreciate that. Some numbers for St. Francis. Keenan Haley, like you mentioned, 12 carries, 63 yards. Eric Maffey just 10 for 33 for 83 yards. No touchdowns offensively for the Saints. Brian Madej, I think we found a good kicker in him. He's 2 for 3 today. Missed on a long 38-yarder, I believe it was. But again, hardly blame him given the conditions here today. Liam Eldridge led the St. Francis Saints in receiving with 3 grabs for 24. Kamon Corin had a couple for 50. Trent Hudak had 2 catches for 4 yards. Rayvon Johnson only able to grab 2 as he garnered, I believe, the top cornerbacks from St. Xavier. Had a lot of attention put on number 22. I think that's kind of going to be the message here from Coach is like, look, played football. I think we got our first games off our belt, and you played who's going to end up being a top 15 squad
well, you would
once
think.
the rankings come
year
out.
in, year out, just by reputation alone, you would be.
Yeah. And, what they got coming back on defense, I think they're going to be a top 15 team when the initial rankings do come out in a few weeks. So you played them tough, and there's a lot to be excited about if you're a fan of the Saints, if you're a a former player, especially defensively, man, they got some dogs on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive line, linebackers showed up. Love the secondary that Saints brought out here today, especially Scotty Tumulty, the freshman. He was outstanding both in special teams and defensively. So a lot to be excited about there. They do have some great skill guys. I think it's just going to take time for them to meld, come together and figure that out offensively, but they got the talent. They definitely have the talent offensively to put up some numbers. And maybe they didn't do it again, here today in the snow and the cold against one of the best defenses in the league, but I think they're going to be all right as this season moves forward. Second halves have always been the best for St. Francis. They need to get off to better starts, but they pretty much fight with everyone in the third and fourth quarters. If you take a look at those numbers, and Coach Joe Curry going to try to join us out there so far. I hear the microphone. Hey, Coach, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I got you guys.
We're going to go real quick here. I know you didn't get the victory here, but you played a football game, and that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was exciting. Obviously came out on the wrong end of it, but it's, we never want to come out on the wrong end of it. We want to win. It's not enough to be close. And we want to win here. And regardless of who we play, I thought we did some good things offensively, defensively. But it's just, like I told you to begin with, first game of the year, sloppy. And you got to try to overcome those things. And offensively, we weren't there. Defensively, we gave up a few big plays. Just lack of consistency. We did it 98% of the time, but
Yep.
those 2% of the time is what beats you in close games, and that's the way it goes. And we're going to get better. We're going to work harder, and we're going to come out here, ready to go next week.
It was fun to watch. Scotty Tumulty, oh my goodness, you got a ball player there in the secondary.
Yeah, Scotty Tumulty's a hell of a player. He's doing a good job for us, and we're leaning on him, and I know that's what he wants and what he expects.
All right, that's going to do it. You had anything to add?
No, Coach. I would just say I think that everybody, regardless of the outcome, is just so doggone excited that we can play football again, and I think that outweighs what happened. And plus, you make your most improvement between your first game and your second game.
Yep.
So now you got stuff that you can show the kids on the film. We're not banging each other. We got to play somebody else. Now we can get excited for next week.
Exactly, and that's I get lost sometimes. You get lost as a coach, because you're a competitor and you want to play. When you look back on it, it's the first game we played in 400 and something days, and we were right there. We had an opportunity to win, and I just expect us to expect to want to go out there and win, and I think we did that today. We just didn't make enough plays. You got to give St. X credit too. They're a hell of a ball club, and they came to play today too, and we just came out on the short end. But we're not done. We're going to see them again, and we're going to get ready for next week and get this thing going.
It's going to be a fun one. Go warm up, okay?
All right, thanks. I'm not even cold. Are you guys cold out there?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're inside with the heater. So.
I'm actually sweating, so we'll see you.
Appreciate it, Coach. Coach Joe Curry in his 9th year as the head coach of St. Francis, his 20th year with the program, by the way, 4 as a player, 7 as defensive coordinator, and now 9 as a head coach. We appreciate his time today. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We got some cold camera folks out there that need to get inside. Final score, 19-12. It was a fun game. Look forward to the rest of the season here, Coach. My name's Nick Jacobs, Lee Turnbow with me. We will see you next week here at the stadium. Roosevelt University comes in. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. You can watch it right here on the USF Sports TV Network. Have a great rest of your weekend.